Lend Africa to raise additional capital via equity. At the meeting of the board of directors of Lend Africa PLC held on Tuesday, March 8th, 2022, the following resolutions were considered and duly passed. We can only take one. If you want the rest, go to stocksng.com, stockng.com. All these things are actually there. You can take your time to read. But the one we can accommodate here is that some of the resolutions that the board proposes for the approval of the company's shareholders, authorizing the company to raise additional equity capital via rights issuance or other means upon such terms and conditions as the board may deem fit. Aaron, I put it to you, we don't know details such as the right price and then the ratio and when precisely this right will open, right? And then, but will you advise those who are not existing investors in this right?
I will do that.
To begin to take position as such they can that they will be able to participate.
Yes, I will do that.
Why?
Because if you look at the Q4 performance of Lend Africa, that expressive growth from 80 kobo to 38 kobo, representing 140% growth. And the price is now 198, P ratio of 5.2 times, any seed of 19. I will recommend it because that is just their performance. By the time the news, the information as regard issue begin to hit the stock, believe you me, we might not be seeing it at 190.
Malam, you are an accountant. We have been, me and you, or you and me, we've been long in this market. We know some of the tricks that quoted companies do play. That particularly when they know that they are coming to the market to seek additional funding from their shareholders, nobody will bring poor results to the market. So,
well, you see, the truth of the matter, if I am the shareholder of Lend Africa, I will only give them one resolution. Go and raise your equity through right, no more. Because Lend Africa is grossly undervalued despite the rising. And therefore, to think other means, which other means? To offer it to the public? No. Give us our right, take your right. If you don't have money to take your right, sell your right. But don't allow them to go other means. Because other means that they can come to the public offer. And therefore, the existing shareholder have lost. So to me, the best advice for Lend Africa to come through right. Whatever they want to raise, let them raise it. Despite the rising, is still grossly undervalued.
Malam, this equity since 24th of February has not made any appreciation. On 25th, it was down 1.9%, flat on 28th, lost 10% maximum on 1st of March, then lost 6.8% on 2nd of March, lost 9.6% on 3rd of March, flat on 4th of March, on 8th of March, stagnant, on 10th of March, stagnant, on 11th. Is it because the right is coming up or what?
No.
Is it that it is no longer attractive to the market? And then looking at their year-to-date performance, I can see here 69.2%. But it's like people are taking profit. And as a matter of fact, looking at the indicators on the daily chart, this equity is actually coming down, which suggests that most likely, if what I'm seeing here should be followed by tomorrow opening, this equity still stands to lose.
No, let me tell you, two things are working. Either there is some insider who know the qualification date. Because the qualification date is first what makes the rising. So that people try to possess position to qualify for the qualification date. When the qualification date is earmarked and set out, every other transaction outside the qualification date doesn't qualify you to. So why pursuing it? That is one. Two, they might have known the price. And since they might have known the price, they find that the range of the price that will make them better off to take it in the market is over. And therefore, there is no need to do. Third, it's not much liquid. So let them come with the right so that we have more volumes.
So now, Aruna, what is the risk that I stand? Peradventure, I go to invest as fresh investment in this company, and they now come to say I'm not qualified for ride. I know that there might be opportunity for me to take off from those who might not be picking up their rights. But what is the risk you think I carry? Should this equity now come and now say the qualification date is December 31st, 2021, such that if I go to buy now, I will not be getting
no, I think it still have to do with investment, because if you look at this stock, when this result was released, it's coming from around 1 naira 60 kobo, as it went over 2 naira. The performance, as far as I'm concerned, I think is still worthy for you to even participate in, not minding the right issue that is coming.
Right.
So it's a factor for you.
But you know that if I'm not now qualified for the right, and then the right now comes at the current price as at now, as at last Friday, was 1 naira 98 kobo. Let us now assume, Malam, that the right, we are just saying for the sake of argument, the right is now being introduced to the market at about 1 naira 20 kobo or 1 naira 25 kobo. You know, those that will be picking the right will have advantage over me.
No. You see, the rules of the exchange have changed. No technical suspension. If you are 1 naira 98 kobo, you put your right 1 naira 20 kobo, people will start selling to take their right, and the price will crash. So therefore, all I advise you that sell. It will crash, and when it go bottom, take in.
Okay.
And in more cases, at least even when they are given a discount, vis-a-vis what is trading on the market, may not be as far as 198 to 120.
You know. Okay, we go to market analysis now. The Ultra Index of the NGX for the week ended March 11, 2022. All right. Ultra Index was up 0.36%, market capitalization up 0.36%, volume 103.65%. Deals was down. That's neither here nor there, though it is still negative. Aruna will also say a drop is a drop. Decline of 20.27%. The value grew marginally by 0.31%. Number of gainers. For last week, it was 36. The previous week, it was 22. Losers, last week, it was 35. The previous week, it was 49. It's like the market is actually firming up from these indicators that I am seeing. Maybe I should put it to Aruna, you are more of the economist here. Despite the hard-biting fuel scarcity that we see in this country, the market is still growing up. What is the relationship between reality and market performance?
You know, one of the things I've always said, when you are taken by surprise for the first time, you can retreat. You know what we saw last week?
More so, there was no earnings report at all.
See,
and yet the market is not dropping.
Because information information in the market, there are still good information in the market that are price sensitive.
Like
during the week, we saw the information from Presco. I know we still discuss that, and why that was moving Presco. It have a multiplier effect on the price of Okomo.
Malam, where did this volume 103.6%, 65%? Where did it come from?
Well, you see, the truth of the matter that the institutional investors have come to realize that you better take your dividend yield, and the dividend yield for most of these stocks give you double digit. So there is nowhere to invest than go to that. Even if you go to the money market, they will call you per annum. You will get one per month. Because by April, most of them, they are marked down. By the time they release their first quarter result, you will see that they recover whatever marked down from the dividend. So that is one of the reasons. The second issue is what the Presco did. It now makes most of the investors shine their eyes. Because you know, the exchange by the Corporate Affairs Commission that there will be no authorized share capital different from the issued and fully paid is December 2022. And many of our companies, they have that gap. So there is a hope that not only Presco that did that, others may decide to say, instead of canceling my authorized share capital, I would rather issue it to my existing shareholder in terms of bonus. And therefore, it shined the eyes of most investors to see what is likely going to happen.
Mala, I put the next question to you, though it was not supposed to be part of our... With the information that we now had, that Presco And we saw Presco, in fact, emerging as the highest gainer last week, 19.62%. Shouldn't it have been wiser for an investor to have bought Presco before now? I was saying it that time.
Yes, even at the current time, I see Presco is a stock of the future. A stock that go and acquire another company of the same industry. Believe me sincerely, give the next 2-3 years, you will not even compare the two. They are not the same. Because this one is expanding.
Are you agreeing with Malam?
Even beyond acquisition, beyond SEAT and the issue of scrip dividend, their quarter 4 was fantastic from 5 naira to 18 naira.
But the other day, you seem to be
we're talking about dividend
in support of Okomo.
Yes, like I said.
I think I'm a better analyst than you.
Well, I don't have to start contesting that, but the only thing I know.
You are a broker, I'm not.
No, what we were talking about, as at that time, the acquisition of SEAT was not on board, and the possibility.
No, I think they were acquiring SEAT.
The possibility of bonus was not on board.
Yes, they were not.
So what we are just looking at is the quantum of dividend that may likely pay out. But you can look at it now. They pay out of 5 naira, they pay 2 naira, which was about 40%. But can they pay 40% out of 18 naira, which would be in the neighborhood of 8 naira?
Well,
because they will need money for that acquisition
if they so wish,
yes,
they can decide to maintain the same dividend they paid last year because they are expanding. We have seen it in Vitafoam. Look, a company that going for bigger size.
But you know, that is what this guy that just left now is saying. This young man, Ed Young. You see, what I have seen in this market is that when organizations are doing something, before it has not crystallized, nobody is seeing them, nobody is looking at them. There are vital information that this young man has just divulged now, that they are looking beyond their share registration because they have seen that there is a level to how far that can go, though they are still growing it. But they are going into technology, and it took time to analyze this technology they are going into. In the next 2 years, when the impact of what this guy has said they are doing now begins to reflect in their result, everybody will now be running kitty, kata, looking for Africa Prudential. Instead of investing now and then wait. Malam, I put this question to you. RT Briscoe, we thought this equity was tired. It still came up with 15.8.
Look, RT Briscoe will not surprise me because one, they get the waiver of over 2 billion. Secondly, it happened not only to RT Briscoe. Jafol went to 1 naira 60, it come down, it goes up. So all these have not yet stabilized. Is this kind of, it has gone to that price, now it come to 56 kobo, it go back now to 70.
Is it not risky for somebody like me putting money in that kind of company?
For trading, there is nothing like more than risk, high return.
Malam,
I bought it at 29 kobo,
you know why
and I sold at 93.
Do you know why?
Where will I get 300%?
Malam, do you know why you cannot compare yourself with myself? As much as you have been my friend for over 20 years, you have never transferred one single thing free of charge for me. You collect your commission. All right? But when you transfer for yourself and sell, you don't charge yourself commission. So you start, I don't know, you won't say that because you are my friend, you will not charge your commission. The
software have been programmed to charge commission. So
but
there's nothing you can do about that.
I do not know. You see the question that we live on the fee. But the truth of the matter, you only look at the other side. The market give you return and also give you loss. So you take the risk, you take the goodies. So we take the other side of it, not charging the commission. Nobody look at the commission. Look, we are talking of 300% in 1 month. Where will you go and invest and get 300% in 1 month?
If I got
and yet you are looking at the commission of less than 2%. Is that what worry you? You have got 300%. My friend, make money, play your part and live for the rest. Don't bother about the commission, make a gain. In a day, you can gain 10%.
I'm not going to ask Aruna this question because it's not for insurance company, but I can ask you, Malam.
Yes.
This last week alone, we could see Cornerstone, we could see GPLC, we could see Wapik, we could see Lasaku. I'm just talking about the 10 highest percentage gains in the market. Are we saying that there are still possibilities with insurance equities?
There is.
How do I now take the position? How do I know
First,
which of
I
which?
say, look at it. Royal Exchange give that win. Veritas Capital Insurance give that win. And more other insurance will give, because nobody will tell me that 20 kobo is the right price of insurance company. Not at all. But the stock that is under value, you wait to see the possibility. Even if there is no return, there is a possibility of this movement. And that's what happened to Royal Exchange, and that's what happened to Veritas, and that's what happened to Lasaco. So therefore, we keep to see more. But I advise the investors, please look at those that are fundamental. Nobody can take it from name. Nobody can take it from Mansa. Nobody can take it from the consolidated insurance. So there is few that have serious fundamental, and if you take position, they will surprise you.
That is why this program remains the best as far as investment education is concerned in this country. You still can join others with what we are doing now. We still have the major that I really want us to talk about. When we get there, you will see that nobody does that kind of analysis in this market. Looking at losers for last week, Aruna, I told you how that somebody got my money from Ella Lake, coming with the when I was still in a stockbroking firm working. I don't want to mention the name. Okay, and if you want me to mention the name, I can mention the name anyway. So Ella Lake is showing the futility in the price gains recorded by a docile company, because we saw it the other day trying to attract some attentions, but it has lost everything. And now for those who are in it, it will be very difficult for them to bail out. So what can you say, the lessons that this kind of movement?
It's just that when the water of any stock is troubled, look very well and find out which of the spirits is troubling it.
Maybe
whether it's the Holy Spirit or the evil spirit. I think that was, I think somebody, like we said, maybe somebody was either divesting or somebody was taking strategic position in the company, and that bubbles the market, and a number of people follow suit.
Malam.
Look, let me tell you, even you can decide to create a market where there is nowhere. Once you have enough money, you start acquiring the stock. A stock, for it to gain or loss, you must have 100,000 volume traded at once. So to me, that single act makes the stock to be liquid. And the once you decided to have money, take position on one stock, people will follow you. When you look at your averages follow, you can upload to them. It is part of the market. So it can happen to any stock, even where there is no fundamentals. The most important, do you have enough? If you have enough fund, with 50 million, all these kobo stock, you can create market. And when you create market, upload. Your average cost will be lower. Upload and take your price. It is part of the game. And this is what brings the flavor of the market. The stock goes up, the stock come down.
Madam, somebody is loading it, only to offload. But some of us are just there.
But there is no crime in loading it and upload. It's part of the market.
I've not said there is crime. But how do I guide the people not to go and enter?
For what I do know, I was made to understand when I was subscribing to become a stockbroker that pop and dump is a crime. And I don't think I would not subscribe to that. If a stock has
maybe you really did not understand what Malam is saying. Equities are meant to be traded.
Yeah.
If you have your funds and you just saw Ella Lake and the volumes you can get, you can continue to buy for whatever reason. For as long as the stock is still trading, it has not been delisted, you are buying. And then when you are tired of buying and you feel like selling, you wouldn't have committed any crime.
What happened to the people you are giving it to?
Look, let me tell you, in this market,
it is their interest.
The buyer should be aware.
It is their choice.
A broker dealer means that you trade.
Yes.
And without trading, you don't make it.
Yes.
Do you rely on the commission?
Even without trading, the market will not move forward.
Look, we need trading.
Yes.
Even the regulators, they will charge their commission.
Yes.
Buy and sell. And when you start buying, it attracts investors. Others will follow you. When they follow you, you look at your average, you reach your position, you upload.
Yes.
There is nothing wrong with
yes.
it. It is market.
And those who are not following, the header followers, those that are following the herds.
Anyway,
we go and jump
I've
into
just said it here that when you see the spirit troubling the water, look at it, the water very well.
What kind of eyes must you possess? The other time
it's just like we are talking about Ella Lake. You see Ella Lake moving, and Ella Lake that have been stagnant for a very long time. That you go and look at their result that have been bringing to the market declined losses.
What are we saying? RT Briscoe, if you have waited looking at their result, you will have missed out in 300%.
I cannot buy RT Briscoe. I don't want the 300%.
So he cannot buy. I buy, and I make money.
Even this.
So what is wrong with it?
This turnaround we are talking about, I can call it a dead cat bounce, because the people that will be caught in that trap, they can stay there 1 year. They will not be able to.
And the people that will be caught. What about the people that have made money? So at any point in time in the market, in any stock at all, some people will be caught. Some people will make their money.
But if some people are caught in some of the stock, like let's take UCAP for example, that UCAP got to 14 naira, and you are caught in UCAP of 14 naira, is not trading 12 naira, then it means that you can still exist. Not you be caught in a stock that you find you can stay for like 1 year, you can stay for like 2 years.
Stay 1 year now. The market is there for eternity.
I don't know, you don't understand the market.
There's nothing I don't understand.
Market doesn't go up and come down and close for 1 year. Japol did the same thing. FPM Cocoa did the same thing. Royal Exchange did the same thing. I can name you many stocks that go up, come down, go up.
But do you know the Japan you have just made mention of now pauperized people?
But
people
over it, look it.
But see,
over it, they will take it.
Of the market, the truth of the matter is that the market is there to operate forever. Okay? I have been in this market over 30 years. Malam has been there over 30 years. You have been there maybe 14, 15 years. Until you die, you will still remain in this market. Even as I see your face now, it's like you will die at 131.
Look.
Yeah, in the market. So 1, 2 years, all right, from eternity is nothing.
Anyway.
So why not wait?
Anyway, what we have said.
For over 2 years, it remained at 20 kobo. When it reached 93, I say, God bless it. I get out.
What we have said on this table is that please stay true with stock with fundamentals, and if you do, you cannot miss it.